And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sport. Today, I'm joined by the Honorable Sihle N. Kambaganjani dog.
I see everyone is all blue, just different shades of blue.
Yeah,
On the one
yeah,
side, we've got Chelsea. On the other side, we've got Man City. Nah, I'm joking.
yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Ngikrendo, Dawena. How's it going?
I know, man. Can't complain. Can't complain. At least we finished the season with W's. I mean, just for
No,
control, man.
no, no. Don't ignore the elephant in the room.
Oh yeah, of course, of course, of course. I
Address
mean, the champ.
address the elephant in the room. X,
I mean,
a couple of
yeah,
episodes back,
yeah,
you laughed at me when I said
yeah,
Chelsea is in a better position, be it squad wise, be it positional wise. And at the
yeah,
time, I was 10th on the log. Okay.
yeah.
This was 2 months back. You laughed. You said impossible.
I
And
didn't
I
say
told you,
impossible. I said,
you said no. You said it
I,
can't be that Chelsea has a better squad. And
yeah,
thingy.
I agreed with the squad though. You do
I
have a
said
better squad.
the other thing that I mentioned is that
Yeah,
we are in a better position than you guys. And everyone laughed. It's just that I cannot for the life of me find the episode where I made that statement because I want to take a
same
snippet
here.
of that. Um, I've I've been looking for it and I'll find it where I said we're in a better position than you. And at the time,
Yeah,
you were four spots ahead of me.
yeah. I don't, man. I don't recall, but I'm not gonna say that I didn't say that because I mean,
Nah, I
we
said
made,
it. I said we've got a better squad,
yeah,
we're in a better position. Nanglek. Cheese
yeah,
was
man.
there. Yeah.
But your squad is better though. Like I never denied that. You guys pretty much, in my opinion, underachieved for the team you guys have, for the signings you guys made in comparison. Uh,
Ah,
Yeah, be
I,
honest, bro. A lot of the guys, you guys signed so many players, Pela, last at the beginning of the season, bro. A
I, th-
lot.
I think my argument has remained consistent throughout the season, and it's going to feel like I'm protecting Upoch. Um,
Yeah.
I am to a certain degree, but the one thing he was I would see, out of all the players that he's got in the squad, okay, which
Mhm.
player did he go right ahead and warrant would no go sign this player, go sign that player? He
Yeah.
there isn't a player that anyone can pinpoint and say, well, he chose this player.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Ufige, when the new managers had decided, um, this is the next best talent they bought. This is the next best talent they bought, and they put them on these string long
Dead
contracts.
bro contracts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and right now, I think injury ga Enzo, because he picked up the injury against Arsenal, and we
Mhm.
haven't lost since. So now you're sitting in a position where you've got close to 200 mil in the middle of the park. Kule 200 mil, you have to play either or, because unfortunately, it looks like by the looks of things, because ever since Arsenal, we've played 5 games. Is it 5 games? Yeah, and we've won all 5 games.
Mhm.
So it makes you wonder, Guti, what do we do next season? Do we move Enzo up front, Gallagher ahlale benchini, get another player to protect ahlale emuva? Because Caicedo has come on his own now. Like Caicedo is one of those starters in the
Yeah.
Chelsea squad.
He's acclimatized. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
And there
sharp.
was a lot of noise. There was a lot of noise around we are Florpa and whatnot, and. But now everyone can see with the ish. Yeah, it could be the pairing of them in the middle, where
Mm.
if you've got all three, because you have floats. But back to where we say we underachieved. Um, we did to a certain extent, but right now, Europe is looking hella. It's looking hella attractive compared to where we were. And I get the joke where everyone is like, "Ukuthi, well, Europe yakhona is not guaranteed because the Conference League is not really Europe. Because if you guys win this coming weekend,
They
do you
pick you
remember
up.
we move from Europa, we move down." But I'm
Mm,
like, I haven't had Europe in the longest, so any Europe competition that allows and gives my team more game time. And looking at my squad is it's quite a huge squad.
it
So
is.
getting those guys to play, be it Conference League, be it Europa, I'm not one to snap at it and like, no, I see Europe, Europe, that is you touring, you go, you play in these weird ass countries, and
Yeah,
I've got Chelsea fans that are saying, no, Pella, Chelsea belongs in Champions League. We're rebuilding. We've got a manager who was just given, these are your players. There you go. And I've got a friend who Tati was saying, but like that's what Madrid does. Madrid, you don't choose your players. The upper echelon decide the players for you. When you figure you coach them. I'm like, yeah, but like you're talking a different caliber of players. You can't compare
yeah.
the way that Madrid scouts. It's everyone would love to have that recipe.
Second to none, man.
So
Yeah,
I'm at that point where I'm like, be it Conference League, be it Europa, I want. It's a European adventure that I'm willing to go on. And then we can argue about next season. Because unfortunately, Yabona, there's that time in the calendar where there's hope when the season is about to start and you feel what your team has bought the right players, okay, and then you
yeah,
look and you have that hope, Uguti, I wanna now, I've got the new keeper that I wanted, I've got the new shiny 100 million striker that I wanted, I've got that time there's hope. But right now, if
yeah,
we're being realistic, I feel next season success for Chelsea will be top four.
yeah. All right. Ah, no, no, no. I hear you. I hear you. I also have another question. What do you think that you guys need to do differently? What approach do you think your team needs to? Because at the end of the day, Sihle, and we can't accept what's happening with City winning 4 Premier League titles.
We can't.
We can't, bro. Mm,
Um, Poch, I hope he's learned fast. He got a bit sidetracked, and he arrogance might have cost us a few games. Badashi is not good enough for EPL.
then he
He's a
score our own
disaster.
goal.
Yeah, he's a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, and I
Yeah,
hope he's learned, Coach Way, to Guti, Levi Colwell also doesn't belong on the left side because I think he played him out of position for whatever reason I don't know. Also, the one thing that I feel he needs to work on, Poch, is Yabona. Everyone's got an opinion. The incident between
mhm,
Ian and Tiago and Tiago's wife, he should
yeah,
never get himself involved there. It's noise. All he has to do is just focus here.
mm,
He entertained that idea. Sorry, he entertained the conversation. Meanwhile, he shouldn't have been part of the conversation. Um, him benching Silva. Meanwhile, that French disaster that's waiting to happen starts. And when I say start, I'm talking about start literally 6 games in a row,
yeah,
which it's bullcrap. I think what needs to happen at Chelsea right now, the the current, I hear everyone saying no, let's go buy that who's that striker and whatnot and whatnot. I don't feel that's where Chelsea needs to go right now. I feel the squad that they don't have to really buy anyone, um, except maybe for his centre back
yeah. Yo,
from. Jackson will come right. His first season was a bad season according to everyone, but his numbers are decent. That game against Spurs really helped his numbers. So I think he should use that as a confidence booster going into the next season. we start the season with Christopher Nkuku and
Mm,
that boy knows in it. Um,
yeah,
we need to decide on Augusto or Rhys James because unfortunately, yeah,
bro.
they are very, very,
You guys,
very, very tight. Otis James is ahead a bit because of his EPL. He spent quite a bit of time, but the mistake that he made over the weekend, well, that other weekend, and
yeah, the red card.
we need to decide. Yeah, the red card. Yeah, that was uncalled for. We need to decide. So my view is let's not go out and spend. Um, the spending is going to just introduce. I feel the players are gelling right now. The spending
Yeah.
is going to introduce a dynamic that we we we've got. Dude, we've got how many players out on loan? There's that kid that we loaned out in the German league. I forgot his name now. He's going to be playing in the Champions League final.
Oh, thingy, Matson.
Matson. We've
Yeah.
got that kid. Okay, sure, fine. The Brazilian kid that everyone is going crazy about. I haven't seen
Yeah.
him play a match. I've seen
Same
him a
here.
snippets. Snippets will always gloss out a player. So that's bullcrap. So just forget about that. That boy is only coming in 2025. I honestly, if we don't spend but we clear out. I think that's the best thing. Sterling right now, I'm at a 50-50 with him going. I think Sterling does this thing of whenever there's a tension on him, he tends to deliver, and then whenever he relaxes, he doesn't deliver. So I don't need that in my club, so especially if I've got these young players knocking at the door, wanting to break through. If Chelsea can like the urge is there, the money is there, they've been cleared on some of the charges, Uguti, the financial fair play because they've sold a couple of the properties. If they can just like hold back the first 6 months, well, it's not even 6 months if you think about it, because this is in Kala August. It's five
Hey, dude.
months.
It's yeah.
That 5 month period between it can right now, momentum is there. You've got players that are showing, yo, we coming back, and in us coming back, they're gelling, they understand each other. Sure, our number 10 player is, uh, yeah, maybe the jersey is heavy. Maybe you should swap the jersey, give that to a different player, and then take another number. I don't know, but resist the urge to spend.
Yeah. Ah, no, no, no. I hear you, bro. Because Vele, you make a valid point. Your team is young, number one, and you filled up every single position. I think maybe Nkunku being injured was quite detrimental to you
Yeah,
guys because I do think Nkunku is a player. Like I've always rated Nkunku, even in his Leipzig days.
you and I both. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, even when you watch him play, you can see that there's something. It's like him and Cole Palmer would be very phenomenal in the sense that
Just
they do
speak.
complement. Yeah.
Yeah, one. Sorry to cut you there, but
Hmm.
there's there's a certain frequency that these top players tune into, where they literally have an understanding of what the other one wants to do and whatnot. Unfortunately, you can't buy that. It's either you have it or you don't have it. Where you just literally two players, they just have a very good understanding, and then you add a third player that has an understanding with instead of me putting across the line, I should cut it back. They have that. Yabona Gusto, no, 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 no. They have that understanding. And then Upama is the jack in the box where you never know what you're gonna get. He's got a shot in him.
Yeah.
He's proven he's got a head on him. He can pass, like a pass that is a defense splitting pass. He has that in his arsenal. So now add all of these players. Unoni on the one side, he's coming right. That boy is get with every game. He's honestly he's developing into the player that everyone hopes he becomes. Well, not well, everyone associated with Chelsea.
Mm. Yeah, no, no, indeed, bro. Like essentially, I mean, this season was a very long season for not just only your team as well as my team, and yeah, man, I do think you guys are gonna improve next season. You can clearly see you guys finished the season very strong. You were winning games that you guys even at times would say even in the group that you're not sure you're gonna win. So our fam, it's only a matter of time, dog. It really is only a matter of time
One
because
one more
yeah,
point on Chelsea, and then we can move on to your team.
yeah,
E- it was a tough season. I think there were a couple of moments where people were ready to chuck the jerseys and say, you know what, we're not coming to watch Chelsea play. Brentford beat us at home.
yeah.
Who was it? I can't remember who else beat us at home. Kai Havertz celebrating that stupid freaking celebration of his when Arsenal beat us 5-0. That one left a bit of, yeah, left a mark. Um,
Yeah.
but throughout the season, there've been moments and there've been glimpses, there've been yeah, but right at the end, like right at the end, and I'm saying to myself, why couldn't we have picked this form like Jan? Like, had we
Oh
picked this
yeah.
from Jan, we'll be having a totally different conversations right now. Chelsea top four would have been possible, but anyway, it
Yeah.
is what it is. Where Poch had to learn and arrogance one side, and. But yeah, I think going
Yeah.
forward, if we resist the edge, I know that we've been linked with who's this boy, Olisi from Palace.
Yeah.
He's he's good. His boy is
Yeah.
good, but let's resist that
But,
that that
but I
that
don't think you guys
that.
need police. Yeah. Let's be honest. You guys have a lot of you guys. Who's that guy Mariweke? Angitinaye.
Yeah,
He's
Noni.
also
Yeah,
coming up to his own. So yeah, I don't think it's necessary for you guys to go for Olise. Even with my team as well. I also look at my team. Um,
Let's talk
we
about your team.
Yeah, yeah. Before we even move on, I mean, Matt is saying that Chelsea needs smaller changes to improve compared to Man United, where it's a crisis. Medicine, our
Facts.
issue. We've got an issue. I mean, you guys have sorted out your wage pool. You know, you're not out here giving out contracts, exorbitant amounts to players who aren't deserving. So you guys, from a structural standpoint, you far ahead of Man United. Whereas with us, even our stadium is also
It's a
apart.
waterfall.
So it's crazy on our end. But let's move over to on the pitch. Okay, let me start off with what's happening outside. I mean, personally, I've been complaining, I've been crying out to you guys. You guys have been my therapists about this, about the structure of the organization itself. I've been complaining as to how poorly run Man United have been. So
Okay.
I don't want to repeat
Incomes
myself.
incomes Ineos with the poor billionaire.
Yeah, what up? Exactly. I mean, I wanted the rich, the real billionaires, but I mean, they came with a
The 100,
broke
the
billionaire.
115 charges billionaires. The
You
guys
see
that
what I'm
bring that
saying?
type of that bring that type
That wasn't gonna
of
happen with
heat.
us, bro. Tina, we are a brand. Remember, City Abumafigizo, dog. That's why guys who are over 30 who support City,
Don't know
I
football.
dog, they don't know football. I understand if you're a 2000, yeah, it's understandable. It's during your
No,
time,
yeah.
but if you're
It's
over 30, come on, dog, come
yeah, I
on.
think yeah,
Abo
2000,
cheese.
2000 in and around 2010, they would have
Yeah,
been 10. That's where the real fascination with football, and that's where
you
the
see,
stock price Man City was picking up. So yeah, that makes sense.
100%.
But I always argue that, and then people take it personal. Guti,
Nah, they might.
you can't be over 30, you can't be over 20. Guti, you've supported Man City, unless you're from Manchester and you just hate Man United.
Exact.
It's
Yeah.
impossible. It's
Like
impossible.
I only know one real City fan. His name is Nick Fowler. Bengfunda na yena Cliff High. He's from Manchester, you know. So in high school, he used to stand with City, even though they were pathetic during that period. That's before the ownership and everything. He'd always go City, City. He even had the jerseys, about Stephen Island, all these
Sean Wright
dead ballers.
Phillips.
About
Yeah.
sure right Phillips. He had their jerseys. So that's the only City fan where I was like, okay, this guy actually loves this team, even though we team it easy. But anyway, it is what it is, bro. And then, of course, I think near the end of high school, they got bought by Etihad Group, and then
Yeah,
that's when we started.
and then the real stuff, and then the
Yeah,
real
yeah,
115
but
of
you
them
see,
came out.
but you see, even with City, when they got bought, they never hit the ground running. They were moving like how Newcastle are moving currently. Where they they were pretty much trying to build a team using top players that are within the division. Have you noticed even with Newcastle, they're not out here, you know, splurging. They're actually getting good, competent players who are based in the UK, yeah, and they're building a core around them. And I
I've got
think,
a problem. I've got a problem with
yeah,
that. It's like it's
out,
okay. So I think when it
mm,
changed for City, when it really changed and it clicked,
yeah,
is when they went and raided the Arsenal underplay players.
yeah,
If we're being honest, Arsenal had developed these players to
yeah.
they were pretty
Abonez,
decent. Abu Nasri, yeah, and then um who's
yeah,
I forgot who's that other
who
French
Edobayo,
yeah,
which
Adebayo
one?
also went.
Clichy,
Uh,
Gail Clichy,
Clichy also left and
yeah,
whatnot. So and they were underpaid at Arsenal. So
yeah,
my view is that the game has changed. The unfortunate part is that if you're going to have the resources and be fake humble about it, in the short run, it will cost you because there's an expectation once the Saudi money comes around. The expectation
yeah,
is on the fans. If you look at Newcastle with Mike Ashley, there was no expectation. Mike
yeah,
Ashley, they knew Mike Ashley would sell their best players and pocket the money back and not reinvest into the squad. With
yeah,
with Saudi money, if they wanted, if they really wanted, they could go right ahead and yes, Nasri Adebayo, Kole Sang, yeah, that's when it changed for them. So
yeah.
Newcastle needs that moment, this moment. Sorry, where's my
But,
pointing?
but
They
my
need
thing
this
is that
moment. No, over if you're gonna do it over a longer period of time, fans are going to lose patience with you. Right now,
but
Aston Villa is on a shoestring budget. Aston Villa is Champions League next season.
yeah, I know that's true. And best
Okay,
believe Aston Villa are also gonna struggle next season when they
come
win
next
Champions League.
season.
They're
Come
gonna.
next season, but we hope and pray they don't do what you did this Champions League. But anyway, let's not go there. Um, come next season, there are certain teams that everyone
Yeah,
expects their
uh,
managers to perform. Okay,
mhm,
the new slot guy from joining Liverpool, he can get away with a shitty season next season.
mm,
Okay, but that's it. That's the one season he
yeah,
can get away with. Going forward, he needs to start proving. Okay, the
yeah,
Tottenham manager, he needs to prove a lot come next season because
yeah,
unfortunately that relationship is strained. What strained that relationship is the game against City. Okay, where he
yeah,
went and he told them, Muguti, the infrastructure is very fragile. He spoke the
yeah,
truth. They didn't like the tone that he spoke it in because it was the truth.
yeah.
Self introspection is a pitch and a half, and no
It
one wants
is.
to do it. So when Spurs fans look at themselves in the mirror and they're being honest with it, they will rather sacrifice their squad not making Champions League so that they can spite Arsenal not going through to not winning the league. That speaks
Mm,
bucket loads about Spurs as a team.
yeah.
Okay, and
Another
its
thing
fans.
is, another thing
Yeah,
is
yeah, go
before
for
you
it.
go, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I see there's 5 people in, 5 likes, Nyana, help a brother out. Match
Third
just
team.
was up.
Hold
Oh,
on.
sorry.
Everyone is watching now. Let them watch. Honestly, we are at the point where if I was
Mm.
Newcastle, I would take that bullet off like a couple of charges. I'd
Hey, the
honestly,
city
I'd risk.
dog.
Maybe I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Mate, I'm not gonna
This is a
lie. I
guy.
would risk. I would risk like
Korapi.
10 yan. Eddie Howe has done brilliantly for Newcastle, and I know Ozil is gonna fucking kill me. But I said it 2 seasons ago. I said I give him when he was hired. I said I give him 18 months. The team will overgrow him. When I say the team overgrows him, I meant the team's ambitions will overgrow
Yeah.
what his potential could bring the team. He is not
Mm.
going to win you the Champions League. Champions League is the epitome of what European football stands for. You are the best of the best continentally. Like let that sink in. I get that the league in itself is brilliant. It's huge, but Champions League, you've beaten the likes of Bayern, the likes of Madrid and
To
whatnot. And
the
when I
flame.
said that, everyone thought I was crazy because Eddie Howe was building it from the ground up. He didn't want to renovate it. Unfortunately, when you have that type of money, renovate the ash out of that crap and get it over and done with. I was still naming managers that are going to be under pressure. Chelsea manager is going to be under pressure next season. He needs to deliver. Okay, so I've given you three. I was like, sorry, it's two.
Yeah.
It's two teams. Third
Yeah.
team is Aston Villa. Unai,
Oh no.
good evening, has given them the view Guti he can deliver with the squad. He's going to ask them not to sell any of his players. Watkins up front, he doesn't want him to go. That boy, that South American guy in the middle of the park, he doesn't want him to
Yeah. Luis.
yes. So what he needs them is to reinvest in the squad. And unfortunately, the minute the board invests in the squad, you've put a target on yourself, Uguti. Now I have to beat what was my best before. His best before was top four.
Top four.
So right now he has to do better, which is next season. Man United are at a crossroads. I meant to tell you this. Okay, they can do one
What?
of two things. Tuchel is
Yeah.
available. Okay, if
Ah,
Tuchel
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
available,
No, no, no,
wait,
no.
wait. Let me finish my then you can no.
Ineos out, bro.
If Tuchel
Ineos
if
out.
Tuchel is available, if Tuchel is available, Tuchel is a winner. I don't know what happened at Bayern, but
Ah,
anyway, if
I
if he
think
comes in, Ineos have bought themselves one season of mediocre. Okay, if they keep Ten Hag,
them
they can't
out.
afford.
Both whether they keep Ten Hag or get homeboy, for me it's hashtag Ineos out, bro. Like, I'm sorry, dog. Nah. Bro, the thing is that Sitle, and look at what's happening at Palace, bro. How long has homeboy been at the job? We weren't even paying attention to
6 4 5, I think 5 months at
5 months.
most. I think.
We
Yeah.
weren't paying attention to Mateta and
And
okay, of
who's that
course
boy in the
I
middle of
rated
the
is
park?
even yeah, that
That
Wilton
that
guy,
starts.
Walton.
I forgot his name. Starts with that. Yeah, that guy. Aye, that boy
Dude, you see
might
what
be
I'm
knocking.
saying?
That boy might be knocking in the English. Sorry, in the England
He's
squad.
only
If
plays for
Southgate was
Palace.
looking,
I don't think thingy Southgate would select him only because of the team he plays for. It's like even with Eze, even Olise can get an English call up, but they're not because of the club, bro. You know, because Olise qualifies for three nations. It's England, Algeria,
France.
France. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the three where he's eligible to represent. So yeah, man, like for me, you just said something that scares me, bro. Like for me, like right now, I'm worried that Ten Hag might stay. I was speaking to Lamek, right? Lamek told me something. I'm not too sure if it's true, but he mentioned that if we sack Ten Hag, we have to pay him out 10 bar, right?
It's
And
nothing.
right now, yeah, but right now Ineos are pretty much moving in. They being very strict with the budget to a point where we are letting go of players who are on crazy wages, like Cass, of course, Varane, Otoni Valley. He was injury prone, but he was on a lot of money. I mean, 200K is a lot of money. So we basically tried to sort out
That's
our
what you
wage.
get. That is
Yeah,
what you get when you get that is what you get when you get bought over by a poor billionaire.
is yeah. But either way, dog, we
Where
have
they
to sort
tell
out
you
our wage,
where they
bro.
tell you
We
where
can't
they
we
tell
can't
you
have a wage
the
bill
first thing they
higher
tell
than
you
60.
for us to spend we must sell.
Yeah.
Ah, ah,
Yeah.
ah.
No. They're not saying that per se. They just want to sort out the structures that I've been complaining about
How
for the
far
longest
how
time.
far how if right now financial fair
Yeah.
play hitting Man United, how far do you think you are from
Nah,
that threshold?
we very far from
My
getting him.
point, my point
But
exactly.
but and I keep telling you, we have to sort out our structures, dog. I do get this thing of them not trying to, you know, give guys exorbitant contracts. I see Bruno right now. He's trying to pull a Wayne Rooney. I recall when CR7 left the club, and you know we were still in that phase of getting used to not having CR7 there. Rooney also now kept, saying to the club, "Yo, I want to see ambition." But of course he
So
can't say
with
that
the Bruno
without
with the
doing.
Bruno, the problem that you have is you gave him the key. You pulled a Mbappe light on him where there was
Mm,
no pressure in you guys giving him a new contract, and you went and you did.
Latte.
So now you caught up in a tricky situation where one, he can call the shots because he knows that the team is going to be built around him. Okay. Um, if homeboy, and I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of teams in across Europe. They all appreciate having him. There's a lot. If he leaves, I don't see a player that you can say we're going to build the team around. Zongchela with that new kid of yours,
Which one?
in the
Kobe.
middle, the Kobe.
Nah, nah.
Oh,
We're not gonna
that's the
build
thing.
around Kobe.
You can't build
Yeah.
a club around Rashford. Rashford must go PSG, get it over and done with, enjoy himself
Let's go.
in Paris, be
Mm.
that nigga in Paris. But anyway, um,
Yeah.
there's no other player that I see.
Hey man, you see,
There,
for me,
there we
right?
go. Danke sebenzi.
Yeah.
I told
Nah,
I
nah,
hate
nah,
Man
nah.
United.
I'm
Like
fine.
I hate Man
I'm fine.
United.
I'm
Okay,
fine with Tuchel, guys. I call that. I'm personally fine. I don't like coaches. He seems like he falls out with people. That's the thing, you know.
because he's a
Because even
winner.
at Bayern, nah.
No,
Besides that, dog,
At Chelsea, he fell out with board.
he bored.
And I think
Yeah,
I can respect it. Because I think we all know the Yankees how they are once they come in and they wave
yeah.
these small little things saying that they're the big daddy of this.
Mm,
Yeah, but anyway, they own it. So I can understand where he came from, and he's one person that doesn't look like he takes crap. Tuchel, I have all the respect. I hated the way that he left
yeah,
Chelsea. I think the one thing that reminds me who Tuchel is the Spurs game against Conte, where they were shaking hands after the game and whatnot, and then I don't know whether what's the right word, where he grabbed his hand and he, like, as he was shaking him, because Conte unfortunately is vertically challenged, and he was pulling him thingy, and I was like, I
yeah,
want that for my manager, because Spurs at the time were right up there with us,
yeah.
but I want that fiery spirit in my manager. Not this we all cuddle and no, fuck that. It's
Pep
overplayed.
does that. Pep is, we all in this together, and look at him, six
Because he
Premier League
knows
titles.
because he knows
Aye.
he's one level above everyone else.
And
So
besides,
he's
can I
playing.
answer your question? You
Yeah,
you you answered. You asked me who we can build the team around. When you
yeah.
look at a team, like Real Madrid, who have they built their team around?
Well, the thing is, Madrid can get away with because it's over a period of it's a
Nah,
longer period of recruiting. What I mean
yeah,
by that is that the squad that they assembling now is not a one transfer window squad. And
yeah.
unfortunately, what's going to fix Man United in the short term, and then you can maybe jumpstart that process of a long-term recruiting, is a minimum of 8 incoming players.
It plays. I'm not
And all of
personally.
them,
I
all of those 8 players
Yeah,
that I'm saying are all starters.
yeah. You see, for me personally, I want us to move away from being dependent on individuals. Because I feel like that's what's been holding us back for so many years. When you look at Liverpool under Klopp wasn't necessarily dependent on. I mean, Afcon. Remember when there was Afcon? Both
I
Mane
mean,
and Salah were gone, and yet they were still unbeaten during that period, and that was a
but
very
there were question
busy
marks.
period.
There were question
Yeah,
marks. Now he
fair
doesn't know
enough.
how he survived that.
Yeah, no, but fair enough. But you still see, you still, Liverpool are still dangerous with having Elliot coming in as a starter. You know, they were still dangerous with Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz just recently came from FC Porto and he hit the ground running. So for me, I want United to be a team that isn't dependent on individuals anymore. I want the goals to be spread out. It can't just be
Do
one person who scores everything. Things
you
need to be
you
spread
are
across
you
everyone.
I can't
And
remember
that,
which book. I can't remember
yeah,
which book I was reading.
yeah,
And they speak on the point of being scared of success. Um,
yeah,
that once you taste a bit of success, there's like that fear in you because you don't want to go back to failure.
yeah, like
Um,
complacent.
I'm,
Yeah,
I fear that's where Man United fans are right now. They don't want to cut the fat for them to be successful. I'll just give you
yeah.
players that don't belong in the Man United squad. McSauce doesn't belong there. Like I think
Yeah.
everyone can see.
But I mean,
And
what's the
then
problem?
I
The
get
fan
hold
favorite.
on, hold on. I get told, Guti, no, you need squad players like Gallagher and whatnot. Squad players on the bench. And we're talking the game is done and dusted. We're saving our starting 11 for the next weekend's game. Then maybe he can come and pitch in. But right now, McSauce is, I think, how many goals? I think he's got the most goals for your team. I could be wrong.
But
Uh,
dude, it's not like it's gonna it led us to winning shit, dog. Come on, man. You see, it's this
so
individual performances that
s-
hide underneath the
so
cracks.
so
Yeah,
I say this, and I've got no vested interest. I could give 2 cents about thingy Man United. If Man United fail, it's a brilliant week for me.
yeah.
Bring back Tuchel, bring back
Nah,
Sancho.
nah. Yeah, of course. But I'm a fan of Jaden.
So
Look, will
I
be
say
getting that.
I say Tuchel comes in, Sancho nimfonele nithi, yo, homie, we messed up. We've got a new manager now. Give him a budget, okay? He must get rid of Anthony. Hey, maybe who knows? If Tuchel comes in, Anthony becomes a different player.
See what I'm
You've got
saying
these young players. You've got these young players that are on the up. Um,
about Diallo?
and they would love to work with a manager that has won Champions League. They would love to work with a manager who's worked across Europe and won everything that is available to win.
Mm,
The only trophy maybe he doesn't have is Europa and Conference League, but he's won the Champions League. He's won the league in each of the countries that he's managed.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah. No, but for me, not too sure, bro. I am sorry, man. Like,
Anyway, he's the only
that,
manager I'm keeping an eye out. But
yeah,
Sky Germany is reporting that he wants to go back England. His
yeah,
family
yeah, yeah,
enjoyed their time there. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Hey, look who's here. Sway just joined us.
What's up? What's up? What's
Sway,
up?
I'm
I'm
sure you wanted to
offering this
say
guy.
something.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Sway, I'm offering this guy a very, and I haven't trademarked this solution.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a simple solution. Tuchel comes
yeah.
in. They get 8 very decent players that are starters. Sancho being
8.
one of the players. 8, yeah, 8.
Jeez,
It's a lot.
That's my
Yo.
number.
18. That's a lot, dog.
You've got Evans
Bro,
at the back. You've got Maguire at the back. Okay, Onana stays. He doesn't have a choice but to stay. Okay, you've got Evans at the back. Out of every player in the back, the only one that survives for me is Udalo. AWB uyavaya, Maguire uyavaya. Who else is Evans uyavaya? Middle, okay, I don't know how you classify Bruno, but Bruno, if he's pulling a brat move on you, agavai,
I got
if we have
vibe,
phone.
mate.
Yeah. So
No,
I've
if
already
he
given
if he
you
does if he does, that's a good cash injection.
Yeah, it is.
that's
Very good.
exactly what I'm saying. Good people, there are more than enough clubs that are willing to punt up for
Not
Bruno.
not I'm sure in Italy, maybe, but I don't think it's gonna be the elite teams that are into in for
Bruno
Bruno.
is that hated character that you need in your team when the chips
Ah,
are unknown.
would
But
you take
anyway,
Okay,
Bruno
name
and
name
up
Chelsea?
front,
name a club that will
no, no,
sign him.
no, no, I've got more.
If,
Oh yeah, I've got no vested interest. I'm just giving him solutions. Just hear me out. In the middle, you've got that boy who's coming. Oh, Kobe. He's decent. On
yeah,
the one side, the Argentinian question mark. he had probably one of the best goals of the season, but there's still a question mark. You've got that
Yo.
boy who scored over the weekend on the left. He's not a finished article, and you need winners up front. Your striker is hella decent. That boy is, yeah, but like there's a question mark, but the question mark corner is not a full question mark. Rashford, send him over to PSG. So 8 players minimum that are starters walk in. So yes, what do you think of my solution?
Nah, it's not gonna work, bro. Because like let's assume you get rid of those 8 players. I'm trying to understand who you're bringing in that actually truly reinforces Man United to be in a position where they're actually a top 4 affirmed team. Not like you just fought your way to top 4, like you're actually sitting in top 4 now. Because you can mention Sancho, but the other people you're gonna mention really, without going big bucks, I don't see. Especially you guys, they're not in Europe, so that's probably the deal factor.
I asked to X the threshold that they've got between them breaching financial fair play, and that is that it's too vast. They can afford to have a 500-600 million transfer window.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll spend that much.
I don't also think so.
That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get with having an owner who's a broke billionaire.
Mina personally, you know what, guys? I don't mind United going for unknown guys. We've been doing that. We used to do that in the past. CR7 was unknown when he came to United.
Exactly my point. So
I remember
that money.
Remember Lou? Yeah, like for me, I don't mind us even going to the French league. You know, you guys know how I rate my French ballers. I think the French league is like a mind dump, you know, where you can just go there
of African players.
Yeah, well, and just get gold. There's a lot of gems in France, bro. Guys who we don't even know of. You know, like that Fofana guy who plays for Monaco. Baller, bro. Baller. He plays CDM. He's a baller, bro. Even Tchouameni, when Madrid finessed us and sold Casemiro to us for 60 baht, they actually used that money to get Tchouameni in.
And you guys
look
fell
at what
for that one.
Tchouameni is doing. Champions League final, chief. You know, and he's also versatile in the sense that he can also play center back. So for me, man, like we don't necessarily have to spend big, and we don't have to go for guys who are well known. We can go for guys who aren't well known, and that's what I want us to do, bro. Because we at least it actually makes us seem inferior to our opponents as well. You know, it's like with Leicester when Kante and Mahrez were there. None of us knew who those 2 guys were. I mean, drink water, you know, and then all of a sudden, Mahrez is not making everyone underneath the sun, including the ref. We're like, who's this guy? So I want us to also go back to those sort of principles where we scout.
Let's not act like Man United the past 5 years or 6 years, actually 7 years really, has not also been going through moments of spending big bucks. Like you guys have actually, and a lot of those guys have not actually.
We were spending big bucks. You used to be on my case at lecture halls, laughing at me, saying, "Hey,
gentlemen,
hey, look who it is!
Look at that smile."
Hey.
It's a fake smile. That man was in tears yesterday. He pulled his heart out.
Could have been us.
I was laughing at one of your statuses, Sitle. I don't know how you didn't catch that one when you made it your status.
Which one?
I don't even remember now, but I did send you a message.
I took a lot of shit.
Something that didn't look right on your status.
Yeah.
Oh, the picture that was above the status.
Yes.
I caught that, but I had to. Yeah, my daughter asked me to remove that status. But okay, X is disappeared. Let me ask this question: who at Man United stays?
Onana.
Mm-hmm.
Dallo.
Yeah.
Garnacho.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw. So I'm going from back to front, right?
Yeah, it's going.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah. You see, Shabab, bro. That's your first.
Hold on, just give the man a chance. He just came here. Box of Kleenex is finished. But yeah, go on.
For the sake of the club, Kobe. But if for the sake of the player, not Kobe.
Ooh.
Bruno, Hoyland, Rashford. If you
Ah,
play counter-attacking football, you keep Rashford.
Can you include injured players? Because there's a lot of injured guys. Like, what's that guy? He's your left back, Malasi or whatever. Those are young kids. I think
I,
Martinez.
Malasi
Oh
to
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
deactivated
Sorry,
is
Yeah.
I forgot about Martinez, but yeah, him. Um, I would actually keep McTominay just
you'd
because
keep McTominay.
but let me tell you why I would keep McTominay, right?
squad player.
Last
Because
minute goal.
no. It's because he is a first team player. He is homegrown, so he ticks that box. And with the money you get,
Wait. When you say first team player,
like he's
starting 11.
already no, not
Oh,
starting 11,
okay.
but he's
Oh, okay.
already
Okay.
in the squad.
So
It's not
it's
like you gotta try to integrate a kid. Like you know what you get from him. Um, and the money that you get for him is not going to get you a replacement. It's not going to help you with anything. Nobody's going to spend 20 million on McTominay. You're
West Ham
I
better
will.
was
off
actually
just keeping him.
I was thinking
Yeah,
23
West Ham
bar.
can.
Yeah, West Ham.
I
I
don't
think they
think they
did
Now
will.
look
they've
at
got a
him.
new manager. Moyes is gone, so you can't use that card. If Moyes was there, because Moyes likes McTominay, you would have shipped
Yeah,
him easily. But Moyes is gone. They've got a new manager now. They've got the former Wolves manager.
Lopetegui. I don't know how this guy keeps getting jobs.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like, yeah, he needs to tell us how he does
He's
it.
like the Chippo Moting of managers.
Yeah,
So yeah, so 10
yeah,
players.
yeah.
X, are you in agreement?
Some of
Peter, you
those
in
players,
agreement with?
man. I just, I just think that from a quality standpoint, you know, like for instance, Luke Shaw, injury prone, bruh, and he's on so much money. I mean, he's
What
one
is
of
he
the
on?
highest paid. He's over. I think 200, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you know what I
The
mean.
thing
That's a
is,
lot for a guy who gets injured. He's like Martial. He doesn't get ostracized the way Martial does. I think Man United fans are more forgiving on Luke Shaw as to Martial, yet both of them are unavailable. You
I've
know,
actually never looked at your wage bill.
yeah,
the thing is,
Yeah,
you're
a big issue.
City's in Dreamland. You guys are not going to get 8 players. You're not going to get
yeah.
8 starters. You don't have the money. Nobody has the money.
We
If
a-
City try to
we
get
actually,
8 starters, they get hit with FFP. You can't
yeah,
do it. You probably want to get 3 starters and like another 2 sort of squad rotation players, and then try
uh,
to integrate some of the players that you already have. Um,
yeah. But I, for one, Shiva, want us to we have to have a philosophy and recruit according to that philosophy. I
Okay.
mean, we can build a team with unknown guys. Like I just told Peter now that France is a league that's filled with unknown gems. It's a league
Who's that?
that,
Who's that player in? Is it in Portugal? Who has like 53 GA or something like that? There's some guy in
Gyökeres.
Portugal. Yeah, like a guy like that, man. Who has
That
like
guy was
50
playing
goals
for
or something?
Coventry last season, I think, or the
yo,
season before. He was in the championship, and he was
yeah,
struggling in
but
the championship, and now he's
mm,
tearing it up in Europe.
you see, and another guy is even Vitinha, man. Like Vitinha is a saucy baller from FC Porto. I mean, no one saw him coming, and look now, bro. Saucy playing for PSG, extremely press
Yo,
resistant. Yeah.
Ferran.
Oh, yeah, but
I
he's
saw
out
that and I
there.
was like, what the hell?
But you
Okay.
see,
Cash 350. Yo. Ay, 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 ay,
you
ay,
see,
ay,
Gotta
ay,
go.
ay. 5-year
He's gotta
deal.
go.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know, you
Veron is
guys saw
going.
you can't be paying such wages for guys who are basically close to retirement. I don't understand this.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
those
it's
Yeah.
top two
because of
gotta go.
Is Cash going?
yeah, they are already. I think Varane did say
No,
his
Veron
lines
is
was
confirmed. I saw that he's going. He said
yeah,
his goodbyes and whatnot. So that's a
yeah,
decent chunk of change to save there. That's
yeah.
that's
Like look at what we gave Mount, bro. Like 250, bro.
I think
Ah,
the top 1, 2, 3, the top four. That
yeah, go on.
is
Five. No, look,
that's a bar.
I'll keep Rashford. I'll keep Rashford, but like
Nah, fuck
the
Rashford.
top
I'll let him go.
five.
Look at this. No, guys, I think this is possible. Rashford is disrespected. I don't know if you guys saw the incident that happened over the weekend. Because the Man United game was an away game, so all the players came out to thank the fans that traveled with them and whatnot. And Rashford did none of that crap. He just went straight to the change room. I was listening on Sky, sorry, on what's this on Sport, whatever, Talk Sport,
Talk sport.
and
Yeah.
fans were phoning in and they were livid. He's the only one who literally walked out. So the ref blew the whistle. Homie went to the change rooms, and the rest of the squad came up to the away side, and then they thanked them, whatever. The coach also came out and whatnot. Rashford decided f that, and there was nothing said by the manager, which I think that in itself, because I think as the manager, you rally up your troops that hey guys, let's we've had a tough season. It's not where we ended up where we don't want to end up. It's our last game. Let's thank the fans that travel. Because unfortunately, guys, let's not lie to ourselves. And this is the Liverpool and the Chelsea supporters. The type of support that Man United has is support that like we can only wish for. It's not fickle.
Excuse me.
If we're being honest, it's
Excuse
fine.
me. You think Liverpool fans are fickle?
Fuck yeah, I should have been an Arsenal fan here. But anyway, they're not fickle. I remember when they were getting beaten by was it Villa, and
Yeah.
they were still screaming for their team. And for Rashford not to appreciate that moment, F him, he can go.
Yeah. You see,
Okay,
even
I
yeah,
didn't
like
know
One,
that.
yeah, it happened this past weekend. 1, 2, 3. See, this is a bar per week, unless my math.
already.
Shivar, quickly do the math there.
Yeah, it's just less. 990.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 9.
But the truth is, I don't see all of them going because I'm looking here. I mean, Man United's average player age is like 25, and that's factoring the top two players there. And I'm assuming if also maybe if
So
Fernandez
it's gonna
goes,
lower. Yeah, it's gonna
it's
lower.
going to lower
Yeah,
significantly.
if
So
Bruno,
I would assume they need some experience
Yeah.
if they're
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
recruit
they have
a
to
lot of
choose
it.
between Rashford and Bruno, unless whoever comes in is that type of manager who Bruno is making a racket in the change rooms and then he can go. Rashford is not liked by all unless he has a brilliant final and a brilliant Euros. Then they'll forgive him.
I
I don't
just
even
think,
think you'll get
right,
selected.
you're not okay, yes. A, I don't think he'll get selected, but B, you're not gonna have that much turnover in the space of one season, right? It'll probably be like 6 to 8 out and like maybe 5 in, and then you
Yeah.
promote someone, or like Mainu probably takes a spot as a now promoted player. I don't think you can, because then in that list, I don't know how many players were on there, but if we are getting rid of Rashford, then it's pretty much Bruno and Luke Shaw who I'm saying keep. Everybody else goes. In that context, right? You would probably keep like a Lindelof, just
Yeah.
because he's not good, but he's not bad, right? Keeping him
Mm.
doesn't actively harm the club, like how keeping Casemiro is actively harming the club.
Doesn't he want game time? Or is that not an important factor for a player
Oh
like
wait, hold
Lindelof?
on.
Um,
Mm.
yeah.
Because it doesn't
Because
help
who's
carrying
your
a
centre backs
brilliant
gonna
player.
be?
Yeah, a brilliant player was injured, and you carry him
Yeah,
out throughout the season. And
yeah.
unfortunately, Man United doesn't have the squad depth as Chelsea and City, where the amount of players that they have, be it academy players or loaned out players, and players that they have in the change room is quite a bit. Man United unfortunately doesn't have that, so they can't
Yeah.
Okay,
afford to
so
carry. They can't afford to
right now,
carry
guys,
injured players.
right now, before we hypothetically sign anyone, right? Let's say we've gotten rid of 8 players. What is your starting lineup before we've signed anyone? What is your starting lineup? What
For United.
formation do you play? 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1?
That's dependent on who the manager is. If Tuchel
Yeah, because we haven't
comes in,
yeah.
if Tuchel comes in, I think Tuchel comes in as a 1-2 seasons at most, just to go
I
right
don't
ahead
think
and
Tuchel is the
jumpstart.
right manager, and I'll tell you why. Tuchel is a bit of Mourinho light. He has to
Yes.
go and he has to win. He can't build. He's not a project manager. And the reason why I say this is I've noticed this. I don't know if you agree with me, Sihle, but I feel like he is good at beating the opposition. He's better at beating the opposition than he is at building his team. He can
True.
set a team out to beat an opposition. He's very good in
Champions League.
knockout rounds, right?
Champions
Very good in
Exactly.
Champions Leagues. And he was really good against Klopp because he would set a team out that would stifle us. But how many 0-0s were they when we played Klopp versus Tuchel? I
No,
think
I
they were
hear you.
all
Valid.
0-0s. And then we won
Yeah,
on
Especially
penalties.
second
So
season.
yeah, so I don't see Tuchel as the guy. I
No,
honestly think
I use Tuchel as
as an example.
a winner, as an example, a winner of a manager who might be available in the market. And if he is available in the market, Man United need to act fast.
But now
I feel Man United get too too easily distracted. What's his name goes in the final.
How can you go for
and
Tuchel when Jose is right there?
Bro,
are they ready? Are they
that's-
ready to? Sorry, go for it, Peter.
I was literally about to say Jose is literally. I mean, I would even give him a second chance at Man United because one, you know that the support for Jose is going to be full buy-in is going to be there. For Tuchel, because of his history, and because of that aspect of which he's a good match and club competition type of manager that gets you some results. But in terms of longevity of a full season, I would put my bet more on Jose because there's more of a structure and a straightforward set of commandment from a manager. Whereas Tuchel, for me, and from experience, and maybe you can correct me, from Chelsea, Tuchel wants to bring in certain players that speak to a certain way of play that he sets for himself.
True.
Yeah, and I mean, and for me, if that's going to happen at Man United and they don't win anything, it creates another aspect of now you have players who came in for a manager and you haven't won anything, and now the coach probably doesn't fall off the board, and you have these players that the next manager doesn't want to play with. So me, Jose is more of a stronger bet. You build a squad, he makes at least a couple of players shine just because of his coaching style, and at least even if he doesn't stay for for more than one season, you used to have a more set structure of the next manager, in my view.
I hear you.
What about Amorim? I think Amorim is the guy you go for. And the reason is we agreed, well, he flew over to England to sort of agree team terms with us. And we agreed with his club. I think, is it Sporting that's his club? I don't remember. We agreed with his club that we'd pay them 10 million euros. So this guy lands now in England. And he's driving to Liverpool or being driven to Liverpool. And then the former or his former, now current, because the deal fell through, director of football said, no, I want 20. And then Edwards says, no, I'm not playing that game. We agreed on 10. You can't change your mind now. Deal's off. If you guys go with your 20 million euros, which you save just by not having Casemiro in the team, and get him, he could build a team for you.
What's your take on De Zerbi?
That's another.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a project He's a project manager.
Yeah.
My issue with De Zerbi is I think he's starting to believe his own hype, and that's very dangerous. That's what happened with Ten Hag. Ten Hag believes his own hype, and that's why he's not going anywhere. I'm worried that De Zerbi is going down the same route. Because De Zerbi turned down Bayern Munich. What is De Zerbi doing turning down Bayern Munich?
I think Bayern Munich something is brewing because a lot of managers are turning him down.
A lot of
and De Zerbi leaving Brighton. Do you know that the weird part is that he had already had a plan for them in the off season. He didn't see it coming. So I don't know where it came from, because on his side,
Yeah,
all the
'cause-
interviews that he'd been given were interviews of "I'm staying. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're actively looking at and whatnot." It could be he wanted
it
more
was,
control of who comes in. I don't know, but
I don't think
with
so.
Brighton decides that
I
you'll never know.
I feel like De Zerbi is gonna be our manager, bro. I have a gut feeling. I can't really give you a why, but I mean, he's worked with Dan Ashworth before.
Yeah, I can
You
believe
know,
that.
he plays possession football, and that's what Wilcox has been saying and crying out.
But you guys don't
Yeah,
have the players for possession football.
yeah. At
You
this
just
present
don't.
moment, yeah, at this
If you
present,
bring
and
him,
that's why.
if you bring De Zerbi, you have to spend a bit of coin, because
Yeah,
unfortunately he likes playing
that's
from the back.
But also,
Maguire,
yeah. But
four players,
the thing is that
4
we've
or
got
5 players
Wilcox.
is not enough to turn your team into a
Yeah,
possession team.
but the thing is that
True.
Shiva, bro, you thinking about players that we all know. What if we have a list of guys who are unknowns? Like how
But if
Leicester built
that's,
their team, bro.
but
It
you
was
can't,
unknown ninjas.
you
Yeah.
can't build a possession-based team with 4 signings, right?
But the
Because
thing is that if it's unknown guys who
which it
aren't
goes
worth
to my magic number, which is
millions.
8.
yeah, but
Yeah.
even if those 4 players are PK, Busquets, Iniesta, and Messi,
Would still be crap.
you cannot play possession with
Please.
the other 7
Please.
players being terrible in possession.
Yeah. But look, bro, look. Sancho's coming back. That's gonna happen.
No,
So
Sancho is
essentially that's a
the only
possession
reason
based.
Sancho is coming back is he's coming back.
Dortmund can't afford him.
That's the one thing. The other thing is that if Ten Hag leaves, because that relationship is done for.
Yeah, Ten Hag is leaving, bro. I mean, it's after he gets his ass kicked in the FA Cup, they're gonna most probably tell him, "Chief, peace out, a town." You know what I mean? But essentially,
What happened to the Dutch boy that you had
or thingy,
from Ajax?
from Ajax, what's his
Not
name again?
Frankie.
It's not Ricky, it's Thingy, Van der Beek, Donny.
Donny, yes, Donny. That's a possession
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, another position player, bro. You know,
Yeah, that one he needs to slaughter a goat or something.
who's
Donny-
not now?
Sorry, I saw that and I couldn't help myself. Donny, I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with him. He needs to slaughter.
Donny
Donny,
was
when
probably
he
gonna
came
leave.
in, when he came in, he was a decent player.
Yeah.
But I think you guys did something to him, and he's no longer the same player.
Yeah, no, indeed.
Shivar, I go back to my fire sale. You need Man United needs 8 players.
But
Yeah,
even if you get 8 players, look what happened with Chelsea when you guys signed all those players. Look how long it took you,
well,
18 months for your squad to gel. Will
yeah,
United
but
fans
the
be
thing is,
happy with 18 months to go
Man
that long
United,
without European football or without a
bro,
trophy?
if Crystal Palace can do it, so can we. Okay, they are doing it, Chief. You saw what they did to Villa. I watched that game. They smoked Villa, bro. They smoked Villa. Villa had no chance.
I was watching the FPL show
Yeah,
just because, I wanted to make sure that I had the DSTV on and then Trishul didn't try to hijack my DSTV. But anyway, I was watching the FPL show and
so it's fastest fingers first.
fastest fingers first. So I'm watching the FPL show, and then I think he's a former champion or FPL champion. He said Teremi Elise Rabiot Turam Tadibo Albi. But Turam is not a possession player.
who?
I don't know much
Marcus?
about Teremi.
He is.
No, Kefren. Kefren's not a possession player.
Oh, I thought he's talking about Marcus. Hey, man, I only know one.
So
Thuram. I
okay,
know they're
I'm just
bad in the south.
looking at the order. It looked like he's going striker, winger, pivot midfielder, defensive midfielder, centre back, left back. So that's why I think that kind of makes sense. That's why I think he's talking about Kefren and not Marcus.
I know
Tushol, please explain which Turam you're speaking on. Yes, you're watching.
Yes,
and
you don't want anyway,
your
this
screen to
guy,
be hijacked.
he says he was going to captain Mateta because he felt like now Villa, Kefren, he felt that now Villa are fourth. They don't have anything to play for anymore, and they're just going to be on the beach. And I think that's what happened. I think Villa they're like, you know what, cool.
Cash didn't
Who
start.
cares?
Nah, Mateta was on fire, bro. Mateta was on
No,
fire.
but besides, guys, they've been playing well
No,
for
they
the
have been.
longest time.
They have been. I mean,
Yeah.
the game against us, they were better than us. I think we drew, but they were the better team.
They should have won that.
I think so as well.
Like, actually, my worry for Crystal Palace is, and I stated this, is that I do fear Eze or Elisa, one of the two is going to leave. And
Yeah,
they're going to go
they
to
need
that
to keep them.
cycle of Brighton, where you have injured players, your best players is left, and now the coach is left with scraps.
Yeah, they need to keep them. I think as the manager who came in and rejected Bayern Munich, okay, sure, fine. He had already signed the contract with Palace. He needs to tell the board that, hey, listen, we keep these two boys. Well, there's four boys basically. It's that white Wheeling. I forgot his name. I'll
Yeah.
Google it. It starts with a W.
Wharton.
It's elite. Yeah, Wharton. Yes. It's Eze, it's Olisi, and that boy up front.
Mateta.
Mateta.
My
And
head.
I would put Gehi in that as well. Eh?
Yeah.
I would also. But they need to keep those players. Because the future looks hella decent for them, and they're going to be the Aston Villa next season.
I
So
think that's a good
unfortunately, Aston Villa has gone and put a target on themselves, and they will be distracted by the Europe adventure and their squad if they don't invest. And the thing is, they don't want to invest in such a way that it disrupts the current squad that they have. Because unfortunately, it's a very tight knit pack of players where you can name the starting 11. Sure, fine, you'll get maybe one or two wrong, but you can name which squad Unai is going to start with. And the
But you
minute
know
that
one
you
player,
introduce more players, yeah, go for it.
one player that surprisingly anyone could really get if they're willing to spend, and you'll be shocked that his release clause is so low. His kudos, like I'm surprised.
My
I
cheap.
read
He's
it
on
and
a
I'm like,
well, how
My
much is it?
cheap.
his release clause is
40-45?
like, yeah, I'm like, that's not a release clause fee, but that's like for any big team can actually go just throw the money there because that clearly shows
New
that he didn't
manager,
plan to stay at West Ham.
new manager
Yeah.
comes in. He's gonna tell him it's like we're building the squad around you. And
But
the
even
minute he
Nah,
says that to him,
even these German guys, bruh, that Frimpong guy as well. He's also got like a 35 million euro release clause. You see what I'm
yeah, bring
saying?
him over to United.
And but dude, besides that, guys, I just think in general, there's James, bruh. There's James all over in Europe, bruh. Best
I think
believe
the
guys who
one
you don't even know of who are exceptional, bruh.
very true, but I think the
Yeah,
one thing that I hope your fans don't get caught up in is what's his name, the new director of football. He's going to give you gems in his first full season.
now
Unfortunately, it's not going to happen like that.
you never know.
He's got
You
he's got
never
he's
know.
got his people, but it's all going to depend on who you have as a manager. Ten Hag doesn't have an identity, and it's going to be difficult for you guys to attract players if he's coming into a squad that doesn't have an identity. Because it could be that one moment the chips are down, he decides to revert to this the counter football that he likes playing, which is you just allow the other team to attack you. Once they've attacked you and you feel that the line is gotten close to the center half, then Onana hoofs the ball over, and then whoever is on the wings has to chase it, be it Dalo and whatnot, and hopefully crosses it to Hoyland or Rashford. So it's very difficult to sell such.
But
But
that's how
Man
I think that's how
United is
United
a
should line up
brand.
next season.
That's the thing.
I like because that's how you lined up under Ollie, and Ollie was probably the best football you guys played post Ferguson.
That
Right?
said it. Yep.
I know Jose was more
Above
successful,
Mourinho.
right? But Jose,
Oh yeah.
you know what you're getting with Jose. You're not getting Jose to put bums on seats. You're getting Jose to win a trophy. right?
Yeah, and
He's
park
very
a
good at
double
that.
decker bus
He did
and
that.
park a double decker bus when he's leading 1-0 and he
Yeah,
needs those 3 points.
yeah.
He won't
And
be
Jose
expensive.
Jose also needs strong personalities in his dressing room, right?
Yes.
He
Yeah,
needs Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He needs Nemanja Matic. He needs
but
those type of
Gents,
players.
I don't know if you
and
guys
you know
remember
what's the
this
thing?
incident. I don't know if sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, X. I don't know if you remember this incident. John Terry being subbed in the first half at Chelsea by Mourinho. 30 minutes in, he subbed John Terry. John Terry, the legend, the captain, subbed him. 30 minutes in. Any other player will cry at that. And it's not like we got a red card or anything. It's because he wasn't doing what he asked him to do. Subbed him. Look at Anthony. Anthony refused to go play left back when you guys were losing because he wanted the goals. He had to be dragged by McTominay that, hey, listen, the gaffer is saying you must go that side. And he was still fighting it. He was saying no.
And that's why
So
I
with
say keep McTominay, because he can be that big personality. Doesn't have the talent to
with
back it, but
with
Aish.
Mourinho,
I mean,
with
All the
Mourinho,
standards have
it's gonna
fallen. All the standards have fallen. McTominay is the big. Yo,
I mean, guy, it's
Alright.
not about talent, right? These are two very separate skill sets. McTominay can become a leader. You don't have to be an amazingly talented footballer to be a
well,
good
you have to
leader.
lead by being on the pitch first.
Well,
oof.
that too. The risk being players a step or two away from
Uh,
being world class. Don't look for superstar deals. Be smart. Will be cheaper because they're at Nice. I think we pulled out of
Um,
Thuram because they wanted like 70 for him.
yo, I
cut
like
your
Vitinha,
losses.
guys. Have you
Cut your
guys seen
losses with
Vitinha from
Anthony.
PSG?
Send Anthony back to Holland.
You see, I
Um,
think, I think,
recoup
I
as
think,
much as you can possibly.
yeah, I think personally with Anthony, if we're playing possession football, it'll suit him. We playing to his strengths. He's a guy who's very good on the ball, very competent, and he's very good at recycling possession. So essentially, it will benefit him. But the problem I have with Anthony is his wages. He's also on crazy amounts of wages. I just feel like Ten Hag there felt like he was Oprah or something and just blessed him
Nah, but I think
with a
Anthony is also a
proper
one-trick
amount.
pony.
Yeah.
And that's
So is
He
very
Iron
likes
Robin.
ridiculous.
So is Iron Robin. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
That's a
but
terrible
if your
comparison,
one
X.
trick
Come on.
is to win Champions Leagues, then it's a good trick.
Oh,
If your one trick
stylistically.
is to go spin by the corner flag,
Hey,
then it's
dog, if
not
you
a good trick.
no, bruh.
Like,
If he plays with, you see, if we play a front three of, let's say at 10 we put Sancho on the left, we put Anthony on the right, we put Diallo. Best believe
can I
from
tell you
a
what I
retention
thought?
standpoint, we'll be able to retain the ball a whole lot better, bruh. Anthony will do those spinning moves, bruh, when he's laying it off for our strikers. You know what I mean? Add some juice
Ja,
there.
X,
You know?
X
wishful
in
thinking, freaking
in the
delusional
game
fan.
but
in the
but
game
what I'm
against
saying is
us
that
at
Anthony,
Anfield this year, right? The one that we had like 19 shots and we drew, right?
yeah,
The only thing I was impressed. Okay, Anthony was the only United player that impressed me. It wasn't because of his ability to keep the ball. It wasn't because of his first touch or his layoffs or his distribution or anything like that. It was because he just did not stop running. Like he
he's
was
gone hard.
tracking back, and he every single time it looked like a counter attack. He made a run. Sure, fine. The ball didn't even cross the halfway line, but Brazo was still running, right? So
Got
True.
it.
that's why I think a counter-attacking style will
Uh-uh.
suit the players that you have a little bit better.
No.
And I'm not saying that is now the be all and end all of United. I'm saying next season, play in a counter attacking style. That's when Rashford was firing. That's when Bruno was firing. Get
I
some
think,
respect back in your club and
you
then
know
build
what
from
I
there.
think? What I think personally is
This
that
man is speaking facts. Have
me
some respect.
personally,
Bring some respect back to your club.
wait,
The only way
listen,
to do that, the only way to do
counter-attacking
that,
guys, I feel like every big team should just know how to counter naturally. You know, it shouldn't be your style of play. It should be something you can do
It's
mandatory.
your
You know,
first
like
it's the
it's like
first
you,
part of your
Shiva, writing
sentence,
your
X.
name. Writing
It's
your
the
name
first.
is something you don't think of.
He has to write
It's the first
VAR.
part
It
of your
shouldn't be.
sentence.
Yeah, but it
It's
shouldn't
the
be a
first part of
style of.
your sentence. No,
Yeah,
you
but it
said
shouldn't be a
every
style of
big team.
playing, bro.
You need to
Yeah,
accept you guys are a big club, but you're not a big
yeah,
team anymore,
yeah. But
right?
even you guys are also not a big team anymore. You've lost Klopp. It's back to default
It
They've got a
remains
bro.
to
they've
be
got a
seen.
Relax,
manager they
like,
hope slots in
It remains to
relax,
eventually.
be seen. It remains to be
relax,
seen, right?
bro.
And it's
Relax, bro.
I know this
It's
because
not,
I was in the situation that you are in. We had Roy
yeah,
Hodgson. The fuck is
yeah,
Roy
but the thing
Hodgson?
is,
Right?
but the thing
Even
is,
Palace were
Jamal,
doing better after they get rid of Hodgson.
majority of your life, you've experienced Liverpool being shit. I haven't experienced
I mean,
majority of my life United being
I
shit.
mean,
I've seen
I've
my
had.
team win 10 trophies.
So
Don't tell me about
now
one Premier
X
League.
X
Nature,
X
I've seen
X
my team
X
win 3.
It's been
X.
12
Three
years,
beaten
X.
twice.
Thank you,
Michael
X.
Jordan,
It's
man.
been 12
12
Oh,
years.
years.
shots fired.
Yeah,
Like
Shots
but
fired.
still. Yeah,
it's
but
been 12
still,
years, X.
Shavaz is we pretty much in the same age group. He's seen his club in shit more than I've seen my club with success.
But you're
So
chasing him right now.
I've seen.
I don't.
Okay,
But the thing is,
if
but the thing
let me
is
put
that
it
it's
this
back
way,
to
X.
default
Hold on,
settings. You know what I'm
hold on.
saying? Yeah,
Before we proceed any further, right?
yeah,
Under Ferguson,
yeah, yeah,
United's best 15-year period of the club's history, right? They got to 4 Champions League finals and they won 2, right?
yeah,
That is really good. Really, really good. Between Benitez
Fergie
and
leaving?
Klopp, between Benitez and Klopp in possibly the worst 15 years in Liverpool's history as a club, we got to 4 Champions League finals and we won 2,
yeah,
right? So that's
Which is
your
decent.
best 15 years against our
yeah.
worst
Yep.
15
And how
years,
many
and it's
Premier
exactly
Leagues?
the same.
And how many
It's
Premier Leagues?
exactly. I'm talking
How
about the
many Premier
Champions
League?
League.
How many
It's
Premier
the worst.
Leagues?
It's the
If you
worst.
guys are riding
It's
that
the
one
worst
trophy,
period, right?
you guys are
It's
still
the
riding one Premier League, dog. Let's talk about Premier Leagues. Let's talk
A
about
Premier
FA.
a
Let's
Premier
talk about
League a Premier League
anything.
they need
I will say this.
the fans never even celebrated.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway.
will say this.
Ooh,
I will say this.
yeah,
We've won a Premier League more recently than you, and we'll
yeah.
win our next
That's
one.
fine. But
We'll
how
win
long
our
have you
next
been on
one
Earth,
before you.
Jamal? How long have you been on Earth for?
32 years
I'm
almost.
witness to that. I've witnessed my team win way more trophies than you have witnessed yours, bro. So you can't
Yeah,
come
but
and tell me about
X
excuses
X
about
X
that.
the
Majority of my
Sitle,
life,
Sitle, pass me the
the
popcorn,
statute
man.
of
Pass me the
limitations is 10
popcorn.
you're
years,
gonna
X.
need
up
more.
until I was 23, dog.
The
You know what I
statute
mean?
of
I'm now
limitations
32.
is 10
So
years.
but still, bro, I still remember, dog. Like majority of my life, I've seen my club win everything on numerous occasions.
X,
Okay,
You
I
are
think
let's do
winning
you're a
this.
bit
Champions League,
X,
but
you're a bit
Premier League,
hypocritical
y'all are
though.
still riding
Let's
that
do this.
X,
Premier
Let's do
League,
hold
this,
on,
right?
hold on, hold on, hold
You
on, X.
probably
You're a
started
bit
to learn. You started to you learned to read when you were about 7, right? 6 or 7, right?
Yeah,
So I'm going to take those years away
I,
Where are you
because
going with
you
this?
couldn't even read. Yeah, 6 or 7.
yeah,
The first 7 years of your life, they don't count,
but
right? Taking those ones away. Now
yeah,
I'm also taking the last 12 years away, right? Because
yeah,
you've done fuck all the last 12 years, right? Since Fergie left, almost 13 years, but I'll give you 12. Shame, I'm feeling kind. That's
yeah,
19 years of your
yeah,
life that you
yeah.
have no recollection of anything good that United has
Come
done,
on,
right?
bro.
I will give
Come
you the
on,
other what
bro.
13. You can enjoy the
Nah,
other
bro.
13. It's fine. I'll take my 9 with Jurgen.
Yeah, you're dad with Jurgen. Okay,
I'll
well
take my
done,
9 with
dog.
Jurgen, and I'll take my 3 with
Yeah,
Benitez. That's 12.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Back to default settings, right? Yeah, but okay, but I presume he's a Liverpool supporter who bets. I presume he is one.
Also, that thing,
Yeah,
like, I don't want to get rid of all but 8 players in my club. I want to get rid of maybe 1 or 2.
yeah, that's fine.
no, but if we're being honest, has left Liverpool in a good state, player wise. It's just a matter of getting these players to gel together.
I
Meanwhile,
think the players are
if Ten
gelling
Hag,
together. We need. can't even
What
tell
do
you
you mean?
what we need because I don't know what this new manager is going to do. Guys, I didn't know this person existed until a month ago. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know anything that's happening now.
yeah. But
So
you see,
I
Shavar,
suppose we can
but you
speak
see,
again after
Shavar,
I've watched some preseason games. But yeah,
yeah, but you see, Shavar, it's like your club right now. You don't know what's gonna go down. You have an unknown
exactly.
manager. You don't know what this guy can bring. He could be your new Fergie. He could be someone who takes you guys to the pinnacle for a long period of time. So you just have to, ride the wave and see what goes on, and that's my argument with players as well. Just because we
So
don't know a certain player, we can't just assume that this guy's gonna suck. He's not gonna come
so
in and hit the ground running. Yeah,
Peter, it was a brilliant week for me. Number one,
yeah.
Arsenal got brought back to earth. I enjoyed that. Number two, Liverpool lost that X factor manager that they had, who was the difference, who was he started everything. He is the guy that had the energy, and everyone else followed that energy. Number three, Man United finished below Chelsea, of which they've been making fun of Chelsea throughout the whole season. Even when we tell them that we're in a better position than you guys, but the Dululu peel that they were drinking consumed them. So I say
Right, we
going
not
forward,
we never talk about Chelsea, bro. We don't see you guys as a team that's worthy of talking about. Y'all don't trend on Twitter,
what
you
Kool-Aid?
know.
What Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
What
no,
Kool-Aid
but
are
you
you
guys don't
drinking?
trend on Twitter, dog. You're not Liverpool or Arsenal, bro.
But
Relax,
it's not like you. It's not like you
I
relax,
wouldn't
trend
dog.
know.
for
I
all the
wouldn't
right
know.
Sile,
reasons.
Come
No,
on,
Sile,
hold on, hold on, hold on,
I'm
hold on.
you're
Hold on.
not,
I'm kind
It's
of
not
dog.
with
like you
X on
trend.
this.
It's not like you. Hold on. It's not like you trend for
No,
the
bro,
right
like
reasons.
these guys don't trend. Shabbat, do they trend? Even when they won
Like
the
it's not
Champions
like.
League, bro, y'all
Hold
don't
on.
trend, dog.
No,
This
no. Hold on, hold
relax,
on,
Yeah,
hold on,
dog.
hold on.
Sile,
It's not like.
the only thing Chelsea has going for them is that they started becoming a big club who signed a lot of African players at the time that the Premier League was growing in Africa. That is what Chelsea have going for them.
That's
This is
all.
literally
And then
it.
Beautiful,
Most of their
African
fan base
supporters
is
like
from that period.
Spain jumped on.
beautiful. But
And
can we
two
say
Champions Leagues.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's cool. That's cool. But still, two
Okay,
Champions Leagues and
well
y'all don't
done.
trade, dog.
Hold on,
Y'all
hold
don't
on, hold
trade.
on. X.
Y'all don't
Tell me.
sell papers, bro.
Hold
Us,
on, hold
bro,
on,
we can
hold
say
on.
that us, we can just
There's a.
us automatically when you either side with Liverpool or United, your Instagram following, bro, quadruples.
It's fine. At least using Shiva's calculator of 7 years, when you started learning how to read, I've won every trophy. I've seen them do this, every type
Yeah.
of trophy. Everyone.
The only lifting that you guys do on Twitter or X is Marcus
Yeah,
Rashford freaking having tequila up
yeah,
at the
bro.
beach. Meanwhile, he's supposed to be training football.
Yeah, but bro,
X,
when when last did you lift the trophy again? I just wanna, think like
2 years
Chelsea.
ago.
Chelsea.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
the Champions League? Wasn't the Champions
It
League
yeah,
was
last
it
the
year?
was
World Club.
No, man.
doesn't count.
We're talking about
Was it
real
against
trophies,
Alaska?
guys.
Well,
The
It's a
World
trophy
Club.
now.
Now you must
A
go play
trophy now.
Corinthians. You must go. Those players have never been to the northern hemisphere in their life. Now you must go play them. They only know
Exactly,
30
dog.
degrees in the shade, and now they're
My
playing
G.
in somewhere where it's 20 degrees. No, guys. No.
Shiva, 7 years ago, that's what you were taking
Yeah.
as a club. Before club, that was
I
what you
mean,
guys were happy for. So I mean,
now you're all
Ah,
better. Now you're all
look,
better than the Club World Cup.
hey,
look.
now
What I am gonna say. What I am gonna say, X. I completely understand what you're saying, and I completely agree with you. But there's a difference between being a big club, which
yeah.
both clubs 100% are. Like Chelsea does not compare on that level, and being a big team, right? Because
Mm.
right now, at this moment in time, Chelsea are the bigger team. They're not the bigger club, they're the bigger
I,
team. It's like how
this
City
is
are
how I
probably the
worded
biggest
it.
team in the
This
world,
Yeah,
but
this
they're
is
a
how I
nothing
worded
club.
it. Yeah, this is how I worded it. I said we are in a better position. This was in Jan already. I said Chelsea is in a better position than Man United, and we were 10th at the time, if not 12th, and Man United was in the top 5, I think.
My
Okay.
I
G.
don't think United
The
were in the
reason,
top five. I
We
think
were
you're
never in
pushing
the
it
top
there.
five, bro.
oh, top
We've
6 or
the
somewhere there.
highest we reached this
The
season was
you
like sixth, bruh.
no, you were far. You were far from me. I
Yeah.
was 12th, I think. 12th or 10th, somewhere there. And I
But
said,
you can't use me as a benchmark, Sihle, bro. Like,
why not?
cause dude,
Aren't you
what
participating in
number
the
did you guys
EPL?
finish?
No, but aren't you
What number
participating?
did you finish? Dog?
6th, I think.
Yeah, but like 16 or 8 finish, bro, dog. That's
It's
not
better than 8. It's
yeah,
better
but
than
it's
8.
not a great finish. But it's not a great finish,
Guys,
dog.
It
Hey,
it
mid,
gets
I
you
have
to
mid,
Europe.
why do I have to click view full table?
You see what I'm saying, dog? It's not a great finish, dog. Come on, you
Hey,
can't
Baba,
use me as a
I'll take
benchmark.
it. I'm going on a Europe trip. You I don't know. You staying behind and yeah, with your Ten Hag.
Which one is it? Is it Europa or conference?
Depends on what
Come
happens
on,
over the week and
guys.
what's happening this coming weekend.
But dog, you can't use United as a benchmark, bro. Like use Shiva at least. You see, he finished third because he showed you on his phone. His team appears. Mine doesn't, dog. So I can't be a benchmark, bro.
But they've lost that X factor. I'm happy. There's
Okay.
nothing that you can say that can change my mood. I'm the
Hey.
happiest chappy. Arsenal has made my week. Man United
Mm,
even better, and
yeah.
Liverpool has lost that X factor. So yeah.
didn't Pep this weekend after the game say that he's likely gonna leave, or did I
Oh,
hear wrong?
that will make me jizz all over the screen if he leaves. Just saying.
Guys, but then you know what happens, right? You know what happens. Then we'll get like a Villa or a Wolves or someone
there's
winning the league,
always there's
like
always
the
gonna be
Leicester
that
season.
one team. Yeah.
And then you'll get Chelsea staying true to their London roots, being in a two-horse race with that Villa or Wolves or newly promoted team that's going for the title, and then finishing third, just like Tottenham did, under Poch. So that's kind of
Mm,
the route we're gonna go down.
Can
hey,
I ask a question about deviating a bit? Does Eddie Howe deserve a full season if he doesn't get Europe?
nope. I said this. This is what I
Yeah, he
said.
did say
Okay.
at the beginning. Yeah.
I said when he got hired, 18 months into the job, um, Newcastle's ambition is going to outgrow what Eddie Howe can deliver as a manager. Unfortunately, Eddie Howe, Newcastle as a city don't have the pull. Sure, fine, they've got the money, and the worst thing right now with Newcastle is everyone is asking the question because I don't know if you saw Bruno was waving fans goodbye.
So here's my thing with Eddie Howe, right? Sinclair, I do agree with you. I do think the club will move on from him. For some reason, I feel like Jose is going to win a title at Newcastle. I don't know why. It just feels right. But I'm looking at the table now. Newcastle have the seventh best squad in the league, and they finished seventh. So
They're consistent.
you can't really put it you can't really say that's a black mark against against Howe. And also they finished above United, who have a better squad than them, and only 3 points behind Chelsea. So it's not like they finished seventh and they like struggle to finish seventh. They're fairly solid there, right?
But they in Europe last season. I mean this past season.
This
That,
is yeah, they
okay,
were. They were.
yeah, but
They did the whole trip.
that's
Isn't that
a
regressing backwards?
an outlier. It's an outlier because I mean United were in Europe this season, so we can't
Oof.
take last
There
season's
was a group
results.
stages trip, and that was it.
Yeah, they just went to see the big stadiums, you know,
Hey,
The away stadiums, and that's
make up.
that.
yeah,
Make
man.
They
it's
gave their
like
fans Wednesday, Tuesday football, and that was it.
back in the day when you playing five-a-side, you're playing five-a-side and it's on a weekday and you're struggling to get guys, so you call your fat neighbor and you're like, dude, just come play the goals for us. That's what United were in the Champions League this season. They're just there to, we needed 10 guys, they were available, we took him. That's what United were this season in the Champions League.
I think on Bruno going to City. I think who's that player that crap, that Villa player. I forgot his name now.
Kamara,
Not is it Kamala? Is it
Luis,
wait? Is it Pakate or whatever his name is?
he's at
Diaby.
West Ham.
Diaby.
West Ham.
Are you talking? Yeah, West Ham. That's
West
Paqueta.
Ham.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Paqueta might be going to City. Might,
They
not
wanted him
Bruno.
last year.
They did.
Yeah.
Wanted him last year.
Yeah. So I think it instead of Bruno, but Bruno said bye to fans. Like he was waving them as in cheers. So a lot of the Magpies right now are squeaky bum time because if he goes, I don't see any other starlet in the middle of that park.
Sandro Tonali. We forgot
Oh,
about
or
him,
is it?
but he's there.
don't bet on
Oh,
that.
isn't that
Don't
the
bet on
gambler?
that.
Yeah, but surely his suspension is over now. How long
No,
was
he
he
picked up
suspended
another
for?
one. No, he picked up
Picked up
another one. He
another
picked
one.
up, yeah.
Was this
This
was
is
this guy
DJ Khaled.
gambling while he was suspended for gambling? Like
um, he picked up another one. This is like a couple of weeks. What's his name?
Sandro Tonali.
Yeah. Uh,
Although one player I must say that's fallen off is Tony. Like yo, the hype.
Yeah,
which Tony?
apparently he's
I've been told.
available for 60 now.
He's gone. He's checked out. I think he had 100 mil, which went down to 60 mil. Currently, it's at 40 mil. Why can't I find
Yeah,
this? Yeah, 2 weeks ago he picked up another suspension.
Yo.
yeah,
But now, if Newcastle sell Guimaraes,
yeah,
A, how much will they sell him for? B, their recruitment's been pretty good.
yeah,
So I wouldn't put it past them to go get the right guys. And C, let's say Eddie Howe makes it to October, gets sacked, then they bring in Jose to see out the season. And we all know what Jose does in his second season. So let's just like I'm not saying Newcastle will win the league if that happens, but I can see. Oh my god!
Yep. This is in the 2nd of May.
Man's got an
Oh no,
addiction. Yo, this is a
he'll be
Nah,
able to play. He'll be able to play in August. His ban is suspended, which means only if he does something again will it be enforced.
do you wanna bet on it?
Bring it up again. I only read the headline, but bring it up again.
Oh shit. Let me read it quickly. 2-month ban is fully suspended for duration of the 2024-25 season. Tonali will be able to return into competitive football upon conclusion of the existing sanction in Jan, provided there are no further breaches. Okay, I missed that part. But I do feel Newcastle. I think you guys when tune in at the time. I said Newcastle need to spend. If I were Newcastle, I'll take a gamble with those FFP breaches, like maybe like 10 of them. Overpay Mourinho, give him the brown envelope, and then to go for big players, big players. You've got the support in Newcastle. The fans, they are passionate as fuck. So whichever manager walks into that dressing room, if he is a winner, they will ride until the wheels fall off. Those
Some would
fans.
argue that Newcastle are the fourth biggest team in England.
yeah.
I wouldn't
It's
say
a big
some.
club.
Their support is fucking huge, man. Let's
It's
not
huge.
get that twisted.
It's very big, bro.
But anyway,
But where's
something needs to happen with
Ads?
Eddie Howe.
Have you guys spoken to Adam recently? Hey,
Yeah, he
he's
was in
avoiding.
he was in SA. No, he was
Yeah,
in SA another like month or two ago.
yeah. Like I said, he's been avoiding me, Shavar, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
do you blame him? Because
Hey,
at one
man.
point you
have you
guys were
guys
fighting for position.
have you
Nah,
guys
Yeah,
talked
that
about
no,
was
Arsenal?
nah. There's
ah,
nothing to talk about there.
there's
Look,
nothing to talk about
We
Newcastle.
know this movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen this movie. It's happened to me. I know what it's like. Hoping City drop points, they just don't. And I think we spoke about them. We all knew this was going to happen. We all knew
yeah,
exactly what played out was going to play out. We knew it 2 months ago, right? Um, and
I
also
think
nobody's talking
the
about
one
City
thing
because who
it's
cares?
City. With Arsenal, I said this. A couple of months back. I asked the question. I said, which is better? knowing by Jan that you've lost the league, or pushing up until the last day of the season and lose the league then. The reason I was asking that is um, the season after where Liverpool got 98 and City got 99, or whichever but that 90 season, the following season, you could see at beginning of the season that it really took it out of Liverpool. And Liverpool
That
had
was the season
strong
we won the league.
characters. Yeah,
That
yeah,
was the
but like
season we won the league.
you had to come back stronger. I don't see that in the dressing
Okay, I
room,
don't
in the
agree.
Arsenal dressing room. I don't see where they look at this as, you know what, we're able to push this City side right up until last day. Okay, sure, fine. They lost the game in like the 13 minutes of the last, but they pushed them. But I don't see that in them. Sure, fine.
Do you know what it is?
They've worked on certain things. Whenever they went to Anfield, the minute we walk alone starts playing in the background, they literally crumble. They've gotten rid of that. They know how to beat big sides. They know how to score a lot of goals. But I don't see them getting over this now.
Do you know what it
Maybe.
is? Do you know what it
Mm.
is, right? To beat the City side, you need to be almost perfect. And
Yeah.
that season, 1920, we did go up a level. We couldn't maintain it. The season after, we immediately went back down again. But we were able
Took it
to
out
go
of you.
up a level. And I think, sorry, I think the reason why we were able to, and the reason why I don't think Arsenal will be able to, is because Klopp is just, he has that ability to do that, and I don't think Arteta does. And we see it, right? Because we see in Arteta's press conferences when he tries to say something inspirational, you come out and you
It
think
falls
that's a
flat.
bit
It falls flat.
cheesy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bit. But Klopp says the most cheesy thing, and now suddenly you've got Scousers up and down the country putting their boots on, running through brick walls for him, and they're not even playing.
Yeah.
Like, so where it's just, it's simply down to the manager. As you say, he had that X factor. Does Arteta have that X factor to take
He
Arsenal
doesn't.
up
No.
I
one more
think
level?
the one thing that Arteta needs to do, it's actually two players that just stuck top of the head. He needs to let go, Zinchenko and Jesus. He
How
doesn't
can you
have
let
it
go?
Mm, mm,
convert. I don't see him doing it. I don't see him doing it, and he has to do it for. If he does do it, brutal as he was with Ramsdale, brutal as he was with who's the African brother that he let go. He needs to do it.
Aubameyang.
Unfortunately, Obama, yeah. Unfortunately, they are a few four players short of being going toe to toe with City all over
There's,
again. Because
Pep just needs to leave. That's it, man. That's basically it. There's no they can get Messi, bro. They can get Ronaldo back, bro. Pep needs to leave. That's it,
Oh
bro.
man.
I'm sorry, like to me, that's the only way it's gonna work. Pep needs to leave, or those charges need to hit it, man. That's those two things, man.
It's the charges. That's literally it,
115
right?
channel
One one
115. We
five.
all tuned in.
I saw a post. It was Sky Sports showed that 61% of their viewers were watching Klopp's farewell. 23% were
Mm,
watching City's title celebrations. And then
yeah, dude,
one of the
that's
comments under
unfair.
that, but one of the comments under that said, yeah, because City's title celebrations, those four in a row, it's almost as big as Lance Armstrong's 7 Tour de France's. So
Yeah, I saw that one.
But I think, guys, if we're being
as
honest,
as
it was
much
a
as much as we try to skirt around it, world football knows exactly what went down.
Yeah.
nah. But I think, guys, if just on that, the celebrations kicked off at 7 o'clock, and most kids go to bed at 7 o'clock. So yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, if you're a City fan, you go to bed at 7 o'clock. How
Jesus.
empty was their stadium? Like I saw pictures afterwards.
No, man.
We
They filled the
celebrated more
field. The
for
field
Troy
was
to West
packed.
Brom.
Nah, the field was packed.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think KDB is gonna leave. I mean, I don't see him pushing another season. He's like 33. I think he's 33. I think somewhere there. I mean, he's quite
Yeah, it's
What,
old.
do you want him to
33.
go
But that's the scary
MLS?
thing, right? That's the scary thing because Champions League final last year when he got taken off, everyone's like, "Okay, that's the big man gone," and then Phil Foden just drops a 10 out of 10.
You
It's the
see what
same
I'm
thing now
saying?
when we were all talking about, oh, Kevin's just gonna come and he's gonna show us why he's the greatest midfielder ever in the Premier League, and he's just gonna go and win games on his own like he did last year. He didn't do that. But Foden just said, okay, cool, Kevin's not doing it. I guess it's my turn now. And then he just did it.
But I don't see him holding that fort on his own. I think they probably have to sign another big. Maybe Bruno might add that flair, but I still don't see Foden carrying the whole 38 game season one man.
Well, if you think
What do
about
you
it,
guys think
also,
about
what's his
him
name?
winning player of the season this year?
Warranted. He
I got a
deserved it.
bias, so
Yeah.
Nah,
Same here.
Palmer was up there, but there
I
was just, I think Foden was just a bit different this season. He matured
so for
into
me
the
it's
Foden.
that's it, right? For
Yeah.
me it's who else would you give it to? Because everybody else was good in portions of the season, but nobody else was as good consistently for the whole season as Foden was.
Yeah.
Sure, Foden wasn't as good as Saka was when Saka was in his purple patch. Wasn't
That's when he
as
was
good
not limping.
as Haaland was when Haaland was in his purple patch. Even Salah had a purple patch. Some may even argue Declan Rice had a purple patch, but Foden didn't have a purple patch.
Why
He
aren't you
was at that
mentioning Cole
level
Palmer in
the
that
whole.
conversation?
Okay, Palmer's another one, but you finished eighth. Where? Sixth. How many? Somewhere
No,
there.
we're talking.
Somewhere there, right?
Okay, man.
So, like, Palmer deserved Young Player of the Year. That
Yes.
I don't think anyone's going to argue with that, right? But for Player of the Season, I was honestly thinking, who else could it have been? I don't know.
Salibi?
When you think of previous player, Saliba's a shout, but I think Van Dijk's been better than Saliba, and I wouldn't give Van Dijk Player of the Season this year.
Nah. Mm,
Van Dijk is
we
the
just
reason we finished third, guy. He's been our best player of the season.
Jeez,
Hands
like
down, best player of the season.
I cannot wait for the new season to start. Oh gosh. Odegaard, sorry, someone commented, Sam here commented that Odegaard was the best player,
Odegaard's a
hands
good
down.
shout. Odegaard's a
He
good shot, but also
is.
he kind of also had two-ish, 2.5 purple patches. He also sort of disappeared in some games as well.
Mm,
So
mm.
Foden's like it's a good shout. I'm not saying no. I'm saying he hasn't been as consistent as Foden has been.
I feel for his age, he cannot. This is Odegaard, by the way. He cannot consistently be played so many games.
Aren't they the same
Unfortunately,
age? Or is Odegaard like a year older or something?
um, but with City, the strain is shared across. You've got Bernardo on the one side. You've got senior players, and the ask of Odegaard is he is Arsenal right now. If Arsenal were to lose this boy, okay, he's not going to the Euros. Last I checked. But if injury, they had to lose him for 3 months. Who comes in for him? Is it
Kai?
who's that other
Trossard?
boy that that other boy man
Vieira?
the current number
Something?
10, who's the current number, who is
Oh, Smith Rowe.
Smith
Smith
Rowe?
Rowe.
Yeah, so it's tricky. I think Arsenal is Odegaard. They've got that key man dependency that every company hates,
And that's problematic, Sihle, and we spoke about that at the beginning.
I know as someone who supported a team who had a very big key man dependency, you don't win the league with the key
You
man
don't.
dependency.
100%.
No matter how good that key man is, you just don't.
so this is an Arsenal fan, and he's right. Foden, unfortunately, guys, was consistent. It ends there. This season was a brilliant season. Injuries hampered a lot of teams' progress. Had there been no injuries, some teams would have finished top four. But unfortunately, injuries are part of the game. It's a matter of you managing the squad that you have and your squad depth. And if we're being honest, CT has two teams that you can split and say it's team A, team B, and they can afford to play team B against Man United and still pull a proper game.
Why'd you say Man United?
I had to.
This guy, guys.
Because
Yo,
because they're saving Team A for the tough away game at Nottingham Forest.
No, Champions League. That was cold,
you know
Shiva.
what?
That was
see how
really
you-
cold.
You see how excited you are, Sihle? You guys better do well next season, my G.
Dude,
Better do well.
There's question marks around your Bruno. There's question marks around your manager. There's question marks around Rashford. Rashford has been Rashford was untouchable couple of months last season. He was untouchable, and right now everyone hates him.
You know, life, bro. Life is a humbler, you know, Sihle. And, you know,
So I keep on telling you, Chelsea is in a better as a club. They're in a better spot than you. Humble
hence I
yourself.
say, y'all better do well. You know, you're in a better spot, you know.
Here's a comment for you.
Oh, United are finished. Wow.
But they've been though.
Bold,
Yeah,
I was just gonna say,
Thank you.
bold of you to
Thank
assume you're not
you.
finished now.
Thank you. Thank you. You see, you've hit the nail on the head. Now you get it now, guys. We've been finished, even though we have Bruno. So I don't get what
Look,
your brother
X,
means about.
X, I might be joining you next season. Like,
Yeah,
I might.
that's fine. Join the factory
Well-
settings, my G. It's
What
nice.
30 more years? So the next
Yeah.
league win or the next championship that you get, Shivar, you'll be what 64? You'll be
You
telling
know
your
what?
you'll be
I
telling
still
your
think-
grandkids.
I still think we'll win our next one before United, so it's sharp.
You'll be telling your grandkids. So
Hold
listen to
on
this.
to
You'll be
that.
telling your
Hold on
grandkids
to
that
those comments, kids. Hold
Liverpool.
on
You're
to
telling your
those comments.
grandkids Liverpool used to be the shit, and the grandkids are like, there goes granddad with his stories.
Mm.
I mean, you guys will be telling the grandkids about that time you had a Russian billionaire,
Sugar daddy. Don't get it
sugar
twisted.
daddy.
Yeah, I think we can.
Well,
we can call it, guys.
At least there's a lot more years to tell from that period.
Oof.
Yeah. Guys, we have to call it Sihle Ed. This
Yo,
is close
I
to
can
2
push it.
hours. But you know what I like? It's therapeutic. These conversations are therapeutic. Thank you
For
guys
you,
for
the
making
end
for
of the
me,
season.
I'm happy. Do you go to therapy
I'm
when you're
also
happy?
happy. I'm with my homies, you know, and we have
Wait,
football
do you go?
discussion.
Do you go to
Mental
therapy when
health
you're
is
happy?
important, guys. Mental health is important.
Exactly. And this for me is therapeutic, you know. My days are,
Well,
you know how my days
we've
are.
given you solutions that you don't want to take your solutions. So I don't know what you ask us for now.
I don't think you should give solutions to anything the way your club is run. Just by the way.
Yeah, knowing my club, we might just wake up tomorrow. They've issued a club statement.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see what I like also, like, guys, as much as we may disagree, there's still that level of respect that we have for one another, which is, you know, for me, kudos to you guys, maturity, you know. And yeah, guys, I think
It's
we
very
should
easy
call
to
it
be
that.
mature when you're above your opponent. So yeah, and that's for me.
Look, I'm under no illusions,
Had you
guys.
finished?
Like,
Had you
for
finished?
me,
Yeah.
Had you finished above me, X, I wasn't coming here. It's like,
Come on, bruh. It's like I invited like 4 Arsenal fans, bruh, and they all blue ticked me. They didn't even say
nah,
nothing, bruh.
but no.
Blue
You were heartless for doing that.
I'm
It's too
trying.
soon, okay?
You know what I did? I sent a hugging emoji rather. I sent like them those emojis, and I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. You know, these things do happen.
It's like, I don't know if you
Things will
guys know
get
that
better.
meme.
guys,
You know that video?
I'm not understanding that too soon thing. X, I was here when we lost by City to a point. I mean, by
Yeah,
a point to City, and I was here the
You
very
see?
next week when we lost the Champions
And we
League to Real Madrid. I was still here
exactly.
with my
And
FA Cup.
Yeah,
But for them,
I
it's an annual thing, man. That's the problem. It's an annual thing for Arsenal. So it's a different thing. It's an annual depression, man. That's different, man.
Starts around
It's
Easter.
you know that
yeah.
video, the guy interviewing them at somewhere in Africa, where he asked him, "Why are you gay?" It's like if ever an Arsenal fan comes here, X will ask them, "Why are you shit?"
No, man. I would be that ruthless now, man. You know, you have to be kind to people, bro, so that they come back. If you're not gonna ask questions like that, dog. Come on.
Nah, I can get you two fans during the week, two Arsenal fans, and we can have a discussion. What happened to
Yeah,
Arsenal?
100%. I'm down, bro. I'm down to
If it
shoot,
was City,
bro.
if it was City fans, would have to shoot during the day.
Guys,
Yeah, hey, Stevens.
the
Yeah,
only the only thing that's different about Arsenal is that they got 89 points this time instead of their usual
Their best
70
season.
something.
That's their
Otherwise,
best
it's
yeah,
season.
all the same. It's all the same. Around Easter, it's when the depression sets in.
And they're
yeah,
Get
right.
forgetting
Milan out
one
there
very
first.
important thing.
Mm,
Mr. Arteta has been there for 4 seasons. Mr. Arteta has spent 700 million.
yeah,
That's more than Klopp.
Yep, they've only won one trophy, right?
Yep,
FA Cup.
this is the
And that
FA
was a
Cup
lockdown
against
FA Cup.
Chelsea.
Mm.
yeah.
They beat Chelsea in the final in his first season.
Mm,
But anyway,
Right.
as they say, trust the process.
yeah.
My personal favorite was when they drew Bayern Munich in the Champions League. I'm not gonna
And they
lie,
thought
that
they
put
had
a
hope.
smile on my face.
Yeah,
Hey,
they went that side of the world and thought they could smash and grab.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was I
yeah,
was actually talking to an Arsenal fan who was trying to tell me how much hope he has, but you could see in their eyes what they were thinking about. You could
Nah,
see
shoot.
you could see the wheels coming off. As soon
In
as that Bayern
football,
Munich draw happened, it was done.
in
yeah,
Season
football,
over.
I mentioned this early. I said there's that period in football, in a football season. That period is between June, July, and August, just before the season starts, where you are linked to all the players in the world, and there's that hope that this season is my season.
yeah,
That's the hope. That's the
That's
part that
Chelsea every
kills you.
season.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the part that kills you. Believe you me, I know.
yeah. Guys, let's call it. Yo, it's almost my bedtime. Guys, thank you so much for availing yourselves. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Help a brother out. This is Easy Sport, and we out.
Shot
Peace.
chance.
Wait, 6. Oh wait, how do you say
Yeah,
115?
we also have 6.
No,
Yeah,
I want 115.